officially arrived, everybody. Hi there. Good morning. Welcome into Undisputed. I'm Jen Hale here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Guys, how are we after the games last night?
No, Celtics look good. Celtics look good. Celtics look good.
I will still take my Cowboys over your Lakers any day or any night.
Take them over what? Doing what?
Like making the playoffs?
Yo,
how about that?
Well, I mean, come on, man.
Come on, man.
We're going to make the playoffs. I don't know how much further we're going to go to making it.
I don't know if you're going to make the play-in.
Well, that's the playoffs, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like y'all going to win the division.
Shots fired early. Let's jump right in, gentlemen. The Warriors, they beat the Lakers 123-109 last night to open this season. Lakers struggled from three, 10 of 40, guys. Now, LeBron James, he did have a near triple-double, 31 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists. He had this to say about his team shooting.
To be completely honest, we're not a team that's constructed of great shooting. And that's just the truth of the matter is, it's not like, we're sitting here with a lot of lasers on our team. So, but that doesn't deter us from still trying to get great shots. And when we get those opportunities, you take them. But we're not sitting here with a bunch of 40-plus career three-point shooting guys.
Shannon, what do you think? Is shooting the Lakers' biggest problem?
Well, it's one of them. What they did last year is they traded out old guys that can't shoot and defend for young guys that can't shoot and defend. And LeBron is absolutely right. They're not constructed of a team they're built like a team that can contend in the 80s and 90s. You got two guys up front that can go get you 25, 30 on a nightly basis. You get Russ that tripped in and played particularly well last night as far as scoring the basketball, Skip. You got 77 points, 78 points from your big three. But then you got nothing else from anyone else. So the way they're constructed, if they're playing in the 80s or the 90s, they'd be a hell of a ball club. They could possibly win it all. But in today's game, where shooting is of the utmost importance, they're not going anywhere. They're not, and if they don't make some moves, they're not going to contend in the West. I don't care how great LeBron and Skip. The thing was last night, the Warriors didn't shoot the ball great. It wasn't like they shot the ball like out of the building. That Steph got hot late in the ball game. But when you look at it, they only shot 45% from the floor. We know they can shoot 50%.
Yeah.
They shot 35% from the three. That's not great.
No.
And at no point in time did you think, oh, man, Lakers about to make a run. The Lakers about to do this thing. At no point in time. They fall in the third quarter last year with the bugaboo, right? They come out and get outscored by 15, 20 points in the third quarter and then try to make a run in the fourth quarter and then come up short. And it's like, well, if we come out with the energy that we came out in the fourth quarter, now it's too late. Nobody thought you was going to do anything in that situation, Skip. So for me, everybody, LeBron touched on it. Darvin Ham touched on it. I don't know, there are guys on this roster, Skip. I don't know what Toscano Anderson, I don't know what role he feels. Lonnie Walker IV, hey. But they're not they're not shooters. They're not shooters, and that's what you need. You need shooters in today's game. And the teams that have shooters, guys that can knock down the shot, and like LeBron said, well, okay, we got some great looks, and he didn't start off particularly well. He was cold as ice from the three-point line, and he's getting wide open shots. It wasn't like he was taking contested threes. He was getting great looks, and they weren't knocking them down. That's not who they are. That's not what they are. So for me, Skip, everything that they said, the one guy that they had as a shooter last year, they let him go. Malik Monk was the one consistent guy, Skip, that could knock down shots from the outside.
I'll buy that.
And then he could put it on the floor and get to the rim, and they let him go. He went to Sacramento 2 years at $19 million.
Yep.
So Pat Bev didn't really give us anything last night. He was in foul trouble. He was running around out there. Maybe he was too gassed up trying to make a great improvement. And somehow he thinks, does he understand his role? His role is not to knock down threes. His role is not to be a shooter. His role is to defend. And he didn't do that at an elite level last night. So this is what we are, Skip. Now, like I said, I cannot be disappointed if I don't have expectations. I've tempered my expectations. So I'm not about to be disappointed. They're not about to get my blood pressure up. I'm not about to have to start taking blood pressure medicine, getting EKGs and all that, because my heart can't take what the Lakers are dishing out to me on a nightly or every other night basis. That's not about to happen this year, Skip Bayless. So I'm telling you now, you're not going to get me riled up. I'm not going to bet you no cases of do, so you can just come out here and gloat the next day and talk about what happened to your man, the failed foe goat and all that. It's not happening. I know what they are. They are a younger, non-shooting, non-defending team. And it showed its head last night. And I get it, Skip. I get it's the first game. But I want you to tell me the sign that you saw, that someone saw, Laker Nation, that you say, you know what? We're going to be okay. We're going to be able to defend. We're going to be able to shoot. When? How? Where? With who? Who? So, Jeannie, I know you don't want to give up those picks. I know you don't. But the way this roster is currently constructed, at best case scenario, you're a 6th or 7th seed. That's at the absolute best. Now, that's if LeBron and them and AD continue to give you 31 and 27. They give you 58 between the two of them. If they continue to get, they're going to have to give you that. If not, you play it all day.
Did I just hear a concession speech from my man Shannon Sharp? Was that not a surrender speech?
6th or 7th. That's all I got for you.
6th or 7th?
Yeah.
Not 50 wins, right?
Man, 50 we ain't gonna be pulling teeth with no Novocaine.
Yesterday, you were considering my offer of a bet for 55 wins. You thought about it. I saw it in your eyes. You had a flicker of, well, maybe.
Skip, I know 50 is gonna be pushing up. Skip, they only won 33 games last year. You want me to go 22 more games with a younger roster that doesn't defend or shoot?
He's the GOAT. That's all I hear. He's the GOAT.
But we see what's happened when we see a GOAT down in Tampa. When teams play bad and you don't got the players around you, it's hard to overcome it, isn't it?
The GOAT in Tampa is going to be just fine.
Okay.
The quote-unquote GOAT, or the phony GOAT, as I call him in Los Angeles, is simply chasing Kareem on a nightly basis. That's all this season to me boils down to is chasing Kareem.
What other choices does he have?
And by the way, he was chasing last night. It was some all-time stat stuffing late in the game. You realize they fell behind by 27 with 1:49 left in the third quarter. At that point, LeBron had 19 points. He scored 12 more points after they fell behind by 27. That is some supreme stat stuffing.
But you see what happens, Skip? He get those 12, you knock it down to an 8-point game. You're like, okay, here come the Lakers. And then Golden State step on the gas and go back up by 20.
Steph stepped on the gas. I will give you that.
He did.
All right, here I go. I got 2 orders of business.
Okay.
And the first one concerns your man, LeBron James. He said after the game, but I mean, let's keep it a buck. He always says that. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep it a buck. And I will say, LeBron, you were not keeping it a buck after the game. This was some all-time hypocritical criticism of Rob Pelinka and the front office for not building the team around LeBron correctly.
Yeah.
The biggest problem, if I can just do little picture last night, was LeBron James attempted 10 three-point shots.
Yeah.
I told you last year, he was a career-high 8 three-pointers a game. It's way too many for him because by his standards, by his quote-unquote GOAT standards, he's a lousy three-point shooter. And last year, he took the 15th most threes in the whole league, and he finished 93rd in three-point percentage of makes. 93rd, the math doesn't work. 2 + 2 = miss the playoffs. It's too many threes, and he's off to the races with 10 more because when in Rome, do what the Romans do, because the Romans are just raining threes, although they didn't rain that many.
They didn't rain every.
But he had to say on national TV, on TNT stage, against Steph and company, Steph and Clay, 2 greatest shooters ever, watch what I do. And he jacks up 10. He missed his first 5, and he closed a little bit late to get to 30%, 3 of 10. And yet, LeBron, the problem is you are taking too many. And to your point about criticizing Patrick Beverley, the irony of your criticism of Pat Bev is, if you look at the entire roster, he is the best career three-point shooter in percentage on the whole roster. He is. He's 38% for his career.
Right.
And now already, after one game, you're saying, stop it. And it looked like on Twitter he was trending because stop it. Because everybody's saying, stop it.
Yes.
Quit jacking up threes, especially like sort of semi-break threes where he just pulls up and rips it and misses it, right? And then the other problem is LeBron James turned it over 5 times.
Yes.
Okay? Russ turned it over 4 times. I'm going to get to Russ in just a moment. But we got recipe for disaster here because remember, last year they averaged 14 turnovers a game. That was the 3rd worst in basketball.
Right.
They had 21 last night. Well, again, 14 was the 3rd worst. What do you think 21's going to be?
Oh, it's going to break the record.
It's going to break the record. And it's because your best player, LeBron, had 5.
He had 5.
And the guy who shouldn't be playing at all, Westbrook, had 4. So if you're going to be the worst three-point shooting team led by LeBron James, and you're going to lead the league in turnovers, and you could be the worst or one of the worst defensive teams because they got off to a nice start because they held Golden State to 25 in the first quarter.
Right.
Darvin Ham did the between quarters interview on TNT. I like our defense. That's going to be our calling card. And then all of a sudden, Golden State scores 34 in the second, 32 in the third, and 32 in the fourth, and they total 123. That's not very good.
No.
And I couldn't see it. I didn't see new urgency and intensity on defense. Maybe you did.
I did not.
Okay. So to keep it a buck, you can't have it both ways. You can't blast the front office by saying, we're our, what do you call them, our laser guys, our lasers, our snipers. Well, the problem starts with you. He's still, listen, to this day, the thing I love the most about him, he's still the best passer in basketball, and he had a couple last night where I just sit back and say, whoa.
Mm-hmm. He had 8 assists.
Yeah, he had 8 assists. He's really good. That's what he does the best.
Right.
But what he also does at a supremely high level is, man, he can attack. He is still so strong, and he's so